Hey there, I'm Meteorologist Tom Kippen. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Up in the Sky Weather. I am based in Marquette, Michigan, and what I do is I am a meteorologist here on television on my UP News and also myupnow.com. Also check out myupnow's Facebook page. And you can also catch my forecast on the radio across the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, and that is on the stations of the Radio Results Network and also Marquette Catholic Radio 103.9 FM Northern Apostle Radio. So, what we got going on today here in the Upper Peninsula? I'm sitting here in Marquette, Michigan, and we definitely had the wind today. And these are the temperatures and the wind gust as we approach 5 o'clock Eastern, 4 o'clock Central Time. And the wind's been going pretty good today. A couple of spots I do want to check out here. This is Granite Island, and their top wind gusts here, 56 miles per hour. As we head out to Standard Rock, their top wind gusts today, 59 miles per hour. In the Copper Country today, Houghton County Airport had a max wind gust of 47 miles per hour. And then south of Marquette's Sawyer Gwynn, top wind gust is their current wind gust at 39 miles per hour. So here's what we got going on. Notice these lines right here. The Upper Peninsula of Michigan's right here. We're in between a storm system, area of low pressure in eastern Hudson Bay, and an area of high pressure moving across Missouri, headed into the mid-south. What that is going to do, and why let's back up a little bit here. Area of low pressure to the north and east, high pressure to the central plains, tight pressure gradient here, and that's why we do have all those lines packed in together across upper Michigan, and that's why we are seeing the wind today. As this area of high pressure though moves into the lower Great Lakes region and across the mid-south, and also you combine that with this area of low pressure lifting to the north into northern Quebec, that's going to ease that pressure gradient a little bit between the area of high pressure across the mid-south and the area of low pressure across northern Quebec. Easy take-home message is the wind is going to ease as we go through our Monday night. And then as we head into your Tuesday, we're dry, but more clouds start to build on in. Out ahead of our next storm system, that'll bring us some rain as we go into Tuesday night and Wednesday. Some lingering rain showers as we head into Wednesday during the day itself. But notice these lines are packed in together again. We got another round of wind that will be on the way as we head into your daytime hours on Wednesday. And your pressure gradient this time is an area of high pressure that will be moving across the northern plains. And this area of low pressure, though, will be moving across northern New England. And we're in between. That's going to mean a tight pressure gradient with a good north to northwest to west to northwest wind as we head into Wednesday night on into Thursday. And then as we head into Thursday itself, we're dry. And then for Friday, that's our next chance of rain that'll be moving on in here. Let's go long range here. And I'll skip through the GFS model that takes us through Wednesday because we already talked about that. And then for Thursday, high pressure just to the south of us as we head into Thursday during the day. And this area of high pressure for the Upper Peninsula of Michigan will mean quiet weather. And then we got some rain moving on through here Thursday night on into Friday. And then this 540 line here, this is the thickness line. And as that line moves to the south, north to northwesterly wind kicks in. And that's going to mean chillier, colder air and perhaps some snow showers. Interesting feature though on the GFS and also on the Euro. We will have, let me back it up here, we do have a wave here, shortwave that will be moving across eastern Montana and also western North Dakota as we go into your Saturday morning. This area of low pressure, this storm system will be diving to the south and east and miss us, but it could bring lower Michigan some snow and wind on Sunday. And it may bring us some wind on Sunday for us, but for us it's not going to be system snow according to this model. It would be lake effect snow coming off of Lake Superior, and that looks to continue on into Monday. Then we're chilly, we are cold, and then as we head into the early part to middle part of next week, kind of some unsettled weather with either some rain or snow, but it is definitely chilly. Let's check out the cold air advection on the 850s, and you can see some warmer air, mild air, so to speak. We got to lower our standards for the milder air, warmer air in November, but you can see here what I really want to point out in this model is the cold air that is going to come in as we go into the weekend. And as this storm system in South Dakota dives on into the lower Great Lakes, it's going to drag in some pretty decent cold air. We could have some 850 temperatures around 10 to 14 degrees Celsius, and that would be plenty enough to get the lake effect machine going. But this cold air is kind of passive, let's call it, because it's here Sunday, Monday, and then it's off to the eastern seaboard in northern New England as we head into Tuesday and Wednesday. And then for the most part, we're not seeing that really good cold air like we would see on Sunday and Monday. And in fact, next weekend we could have a decent warm-up, but that's a ways away. We'll have to wait and see how that all pans on out. Let's go to the European model, and we'll put this into motion here. And we are at, let's see, Wednesday morning here. Here comes the rain moving on through. There's our wind as we go into our Wednesday, and then Thursday we're dry, so the Euro and the GFS model are pretty much in line of what we're thinking weather-wise. And then as we head into Friday, that is our next chance of rain. And then for Saturday on into Sunday, next storm system dives to the south. Now the European model would scrape the Michigan-Wisconsin border counties with some snow, but it's going to be the same thinking here. Once this storm system passes to the east, it's going to open the door for some chillier air to move on in, and that's where we could see some lake effect snow get going here across the upper peninsula of Michigan for Sunday and Monday. And then the European model also for the middle of next week has a clipper system moving on through, and then quiet weather towards the end of the week, and then potentially another warm-up. And why I say warm-up here, I'm not going to dive into the 850s for the temperatures here on the European, but look at this. The European model is indicating rain next weekend, so that means definitely we could get some warmer air in here as we head into the middle to end of next week. We'll have to wait and see how that all pans on out with future model runs, but the GFS and European model for the most part are pretty much aligned. Wednesday is our next storm system. That's going to bring us some rain and wind, and then Friday rain, chilly, colder air for the weekend, which may include some lake effect snow coming off of Lake Superior. And then it's kind of a passive cold air mass that will be moving on through here Sunday and Monday. Once we get to the middle to end of next week, both the GFS and European model kind of indicate above average temperatures for the middle to end of next week. So we'll just have to wait and see how that all pans on out. Let's go NBN model here. And for the temperatures, Tuesday, we're still looking at temperatures above average. Wednesday, still above average. Thursday, a little bit chillier. Friday, chillier as well. Watch what happens, though, as we head into the weekend. This is Saturday. The National Blend of Models having 34 to 36 as the mean high temperature for Marquette, Sawyer, Gwinn. And Sunday, we may struggle to get to the freezing mark, and same as we head into next Monday. So thanks for joining us, for joining me on my YouTube channel, Up in the Sky Weather. I like to go through and kind of give my thoughts. I call it Tom's Take on what the weather setup is and where we're going. And I like to show you my kind of behind the scenes deal during this Tom's Take of the forecast cycle run that took place during the day today. I'll see you next time, and it would mean a lot if you subscribe to me or give this video a like.